Welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa. Get your education booklet in our daily newspaper, street sales, or at your school every Monday to Thursday for pre-primary up until grade 3. The lessons are for listening or watching online. Inside the newspapers, there is an insert of the lesson booklet. Please cut the top of the lesson booklet with a pair of scissors and fold it for ready to use. But there is more. We are also available on our online platforms, MyZone and Zoshi Facebook pages, and in addition, our website, Zoshi Online.
Good day, class. Today we are going to have a quick road safety lesson. Step 1. Always stop when you get to the road. Step 2. You have to make sure to look left, right, and left again. And as soon as you don't hear or see any more cars, then you are free to cross the road. Remember everyone, look left, right, and left again. Now everyone, I hope that you will continue to cross the road safely. I will see you next time. Bye-bye.
Hello, grade ones, and welcome to My Zone Online School. My name is Teacher Mutsa, and thank you so much for joining me today. Our theme this week is spring and animals. And before we get into any lessons, boys and girls, we know that we need to sanitize. So let's take our sanitizer and rub our hands inside, around, in between, on our wrists, and our fingertips too. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. For today's lesson, we will be doing reading comprehension, counting, and doubling and halving.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
To start our lesson today, boys and girls, we are all going to turn to page 3. On page 3, we are going to do a reading comprehension. And this one is all about the spring garden. Now remember, we read our comprehensions 3 times. The first time is to understand what the story is talking about. Then the second time is after we have read our questions and now we are looking for our answers. And then the third time is to make sure that our answers are correct. So we're going to start with the first time. I'd like you to please follow me with your finger or the back of your pencil. Let's start at the heading. Spring garden. John has a flower garden. He waters his flower garden every day. First, he gets his watering can. Next, he fills it with water. Then, he goes outside to his garden. Finally, he waters his sunflowers. Wow, that was a very interesting comprehension. I love springtime and I'm sure John loves it too. So now that we have read it a first time, it's time for us to look at our questions. We're going to read each one 2 times. Number 1 says, when does this story take place? When does this story take place? Number 2 says, who is the main character? Who is the main character? Number 3 says, what does he use to water his garden? What does he use to water his garden? Then the last one says, number 4, what kind of flowers does he water? What kind of flowers does he water? Well done, everyone. Now let's go back and read it a second time, and then I'm going to leave you to try and answer the questions. Let's start at the heading. Spring garden. John has a flower garden. He waters his flower garden every day. First, he gets his watering can. Next, he fills it with water. Then, he goes outside to his garden. Finally, he waters his sunflowers. So have fun, boys and girls. Take your time. If you need to, read the passage again before you answer your questions so that you make sure that your answers are correct. Don't forget to read it after you've answered all 4. Have fun, and I'll see you after the advert break.
Do you have children in the age range of 5 to 6 years and want to participate in our school booklet program? Please contact us on 081 74 3759 and we will put you on our distribution list for the attention of pre-primary schools. Topics include family, summer, culture, traditions and houses, transport and communications, occupations, autumn and more. We distribute countrywide in over 7 different languages.
Now, boys and girls, let's continue our lesson by going to page 4. On page 4, we are going to have some fun. It's going to be our job to count the following objects and then write the number in the blocks. So, because this one is so easy, I'm going to leave that one for you. Count carefully and count out loud, and then write the number in the box. For number 2, you're going to count on and count back in tens. We're going to do the last one together, and we're going to count going back. So let's try and do it together. Now on my table, I have some counters. They are the ones that are going to help us with our counting. Now these counters are made up of, yes, bottle tops. So you can also make your counters with colors, bottle tops, stones, anything that is safe. I have 10 counters here, but just to be sure, let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the red one is going to be our answer counter. That's the one that's going to tell us whether we're correct. So the first number that we have is 71. And remember, we're counting going backwards. It's like walking backwards. So the number in front of 71 is the one that we want to start with. So we say 71 is already there. 70, 69, 68, 67, 66, 65, 64, 63, 62, 61. So that means that the next one is 61. So go ahead and write that one for D. Now we're counting on, but backwards from 61. So we say 61 is already there. Then we say 60, 59, 58, 57, 56, 55, 54, 53, 52, 51. So we're going to write 51. Good job, everyone. You're doing so well. Now the last one, I want you to try by yourselves. So don't forget, this one we were counting going backwards, and we were using our counters in tens. It's okay to also use your fingers as well. When you're done with that page, my dear friends, you can go to the next page for more mathematics on page 5. On page 5, we are going to have more fun with halving and doubling. The first one is all about doubling, which means we take our number and we add it to itself. Then we need to write the number at the top of our ice cream. Let's do the first one together where we can see a 5. So on the board, I have the same one that you do in your book, and it also has a 5. So we need to double our numbers. We say 5 plus 5. So if I have 5 and then I add it to itself, the answer I get is the one I have to put there. So let's see. I have 5 fingers and I need 5 more fingers. Let's count how many there are all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that means if I double 5, my answer will be 10. So I'm going to put my 10 here. And I can also put it here if I want to. Well done. So don't forget, doubling is when we take the number we've been given and then add it to itself to get our answer. Now, halving is a different story. When we are halving, we are sharing equally. So, today we're going to do the one that has 10 in the corner. Now, as I said before, we have 10 counters and we need to halve them equally so that we can find out our answer. So if I say 1 for you and 1 for me, at the end of the day, everybody should have the same number. Let's go. 1 for you, 1 for me. 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 1 for you, and 1 for me. Now let's count how many you have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You have 5. And then let's count how many I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We also have 5. So that means our answer, boys and girls, when we halve by sharing equally is 5 for 10. So take your time, boys and girls. You can use your fingers, counters, the number line, whatever you feel comfortable with. Just try and finish your exercises by yourself. Have fun, and I'll see you when you're done after the advert break.
Follow us on MyZone Facebook Active Kids to watch your daily lesson and other fun activities with Zoe and Zoshi.
Boys and girls, we have now come to the end of our lesson, and I hope you had fun. Remember, if you don't know what to do or it's confusing, that's okay. You can ask an adult for help, but make sure that you finish your work by yourself. So now that we are done, it's very important for us to sanitize. Now we sanitize to protect ourselves and the people around us. So let's make sure we sanitize every single time. Make sure your hands are dry before you touch anything else. I wonder where Zoshi is today. He said he wants to go outside and go to the park, so I want to go with him. Zoshi, are you here, Zoshi? Zoshi? Oh, There he is. Hello, Sashi. So, from Sashi and I, we would like to say thank you so much for joining us today and goodbye.
Our online school will help you along the way. Find us at www.zoshi.online and download the booklet. Follow us on Facebook to never miss a video. Subscribe to our Zoshi Telegram channel if you want to receive daily updates. Proudly sponsored by the Ministry of Education, Arts and Culture, Namibian Community Trust, UNICEF, My Zone Online School, Amos Meerkat Syllabus, and Capricorn Foundation.